Hello mga ka-Crown and welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Crown Philippines. This is Christian at tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang ating coverage for this pageant season. Just like today, we're sitting down with one more delegate from Miss Universe Philippines 2024. But before anything else, of course, we'd like to give a big shout out to our almost 500,000 followers on Facebook. We're on a road to 100,000 followers on Instagram and we're on a road to 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. Kaya sa mga hindi pa po nakakapag-subscribe, just click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can be updated with our recent news, reviews, and pageant coverage, and you can be part of our growing Crown Nation. And of course, for more updates, you can visit our official website. It's www.thecrown.com. Kaya ito na mga ka-Crown, Miss Filipina International 2023 and Miss Universe Philippines Florida 2024, Matea Mahal. Hi!
Hello, thank you for having me.
Welcome to the Crown Philippines.
Thank you.
So, how is the competition? How are you feeling the competition right now? So, you just arrived in the Philippines like a couple of weeks ago?
Yes, about 2 weeks ago. And really, my impression of the competition so far hasn't changed. I joined knowing that it was going to be intense. And I just want to give my best effort always because I'm expecting that the other candidates are going to give their A game. So really, there's no room for slacking here.
Anyone who's become your best friend already in the competition?
Well, I know Bianca from Miss Filipina International, so we've been just always communicating and we're really sticking together at the press presentation. I think with this, it's just nothing worth striving for is going to be easy. So I know my capabilities, but I also know my limitations to not get overwhelmed. And really how I'm navigating through this is really just listening to my mind and body.
And may we know your reason as to why you signed up for Miss Filipina International?
I was approached with Miss Filipina International at a dance competition, really.
Oh.
Yes, and they saw me. It was a Filipino festival. And they were like, oh, you should check out Miss Filipina International. And after that, I was like, oh, I don't know. I've never really done pageants before. But after researching it and learning about it and really just seeing the pride of wanting to showcase my being a Filipina on stage is what made me want to join. And I'm really glad I did.
By the way, kudos to the production of Miss Filipina International. We were just rewatching that last night and
Yes.
wow, stage design, wow. So, Matea, how do you feel as a biracial Filipina competing against pure Filipino descent candidates?
Well, I really try not to compare my differences with the other candidates. You know, because that's how doubt can start to creep in. I am half Filipina, but I'm still Filipina just like the other candidates.
And how many fans, of course, are asking and curious, how often do you visit the Philippines?
Very often. It's been over 10 times now, I want to say. I've been coming here since I was 1 year old because my mom really wanted to show us where she came from and where a part of us, so I'm really glad.
Filipino heritage.
Yes.
Which Filipino dish do you like the most or your favorite?
It has to be luga with lechon kawale.
Luga with lechon kawale. Wow, that's so social. For us, it's lugaw tokwat baboy.
Oh, yes.
But that's different. We should try that. Lugaw and
Yes.
lechon kawale. Wow. Yummy. All right. So, of course, many would ask, Matea, in what ways do you think your background would bring or would elevate the perception about the biracial Filipina in the international stage?
Growing up, not only in a multicultural household, but also really in a melting pot of cultures in South Florida, I was exposed to people with differing ideas and experiences. It really taught me that the world is not one-dimensional. But also being an Afro-Filipina allowed me to show the diverse beauty of the Philippines and really just say that Filipinos are not supposed to be a one-size-fit-all type.
Yeah, and we saw that in terms of the diversity of Filipinas when you competed also in MFI. Well, you competed against how many candidates? It were about
35?
35
Yes.
candidates. Wow. Diba naman mga ka-Crown? So, did you have any kind of like parang different preparation for, I know the competition in MFI was intense, but Miss Universe Philippines is at a different level. Are you changing any kind of strategy or preparations for the competition?
I would definitely say I'm upping my game because, like you said, Miss Universe Philippines is unlike other pageants. But I've been an athlete since I was 5 years old, so I know how to prepare, and I know that I have the competitive nature. I'm newer to beauty pageants, but really with anything, I try to give my best effort and try all that I can so that I can walk away knowing that no matter the outcome, I was successful in my efforts.
How often do you do your training? I mean, do you have like, because I'm sure you're balancing your schedule. It's a very hectic schedule for Miss Universe Philippines. How do you do that?
Well, it's really finding time and just setting my priorities straight and just having a schedule is like what you said, doing workout training, pasarela, working on my Q&A while also navigating the schedule of the Miss Universe Philippines organization.
You did so well in the, I would say, my favorite segment of MFI was the swimsuit and your Q&A round. Which part of the competition in Miss Universe Philippines are you most excited about?
I'm really excited for the swimsuit competition because I feel like I can excel well in that as well. And it really just, swimsuit competition just seems like so much fun to me and really just showcasing who I am, my authenticity, and just really smiling and living it up on stage.
And does that speak about your experience? Well, you haven't started a lot of activities in Miss Universe Philippines yet, right?
No, not yet.
But I heard you will be traveling a lot to
Yes.
different places in the Philippines. Which places in the Philippines have you been before Miss Universe Philippines?
Oh, a lot of places actually. Last year we went to Ilocos Norte, and the year before that we went to Boracay, Bohol, Palawan, Sagada, Buscalan.
A lot, diba? Many places
Yes.
in the Philippines. So, and of course, your fans are wondering if you know any Tagalog or do you understand Tagalog, Matea?
Konti lang po, pero nag-aaral ako. I have a tutor.
Wow! We're gonna watch out for that, Matea, for any of your preparations. Of course, before we continue, would like to acknowledge and thank the Miss Universe Philippines organization for allowing us to do this interview, the interview with the girls, and of course, Miss Filipina International, of course, for allowing us to sit down with Matea. Shout out to Mommy. Hello po. For allowing us to sit down with Matea. And of course, our sponsor here at the Crown Philippines, Tasa Mobile Cafe. For any mobile coffee, milk tea, or pastry needs, you can contact them on their Facebook and Instagram account. All right, so Matea, continuing on, we are going to welcome some questions from our Crown community. And the first question is all the way from Sydney, Australia, from Christine Almeda. Do you think removing age restrictions in beauty pageants challenges traditional notions of beauty and celebrates diversity, or does it blur the lines between age-appropriate competitions?
I believe that beauty has no age limit. There are no barriers that a woman cannot overcome, especially with a minuscule idea such as age. When I think of someone older, I really think of Apawang Od. She's over 100 years old, and people from all over the world, including myself, go to get a tattoo from her. You know, age does not define a woman's capabilities.
And beauty does not have limits, right? It doesn't have any borders.
No.
Achieving your dreams has no limits.
Exactly.
All right. Our next question from our Crown community, and this is coming from Cherry Liabres of Makati. Hi, Cherry. Thank you for tuning in. In the context of changing societal norms, how do you predict pageants will remain relevant in the next years down the line? Because many pageant fans are kind of worried right now because they're saying that we've already achieved the peak or the height of our success in pageantry here in the Philippines. But do you see otherwise?
You know, my mom taught me that diversity is seen, inclusion is felt, equity is a must, and belonging is desired. They each stand on their own, but they're needed for one another as a stepping stone. And I can give you an example. It's like me being invited to a party, but when I'm there, no one is asking me to dance. Diversity was me being invited, but since I wasn't asked to dance, I didn't feel included, which is needed for me to have the sense of belonging. And with that, I think that pageantry will begin to stay relevant if the holistic approach of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging is encompassed.
Mic drop moment from Miss Universe Philippines, Florida. Wow. Are you excited? Are you
Yes.
so you're so prepared already, huh? We can have the competition today. Miss Universe Philippines organization. All right. So, of course, I'm sure prior to your stint in Miss Filipina International, you've been very busy in your day-to-day activity. But which endeavor or which activity or any achievement or projects that you were working on has empowered you as a woman or as a Filipina?
Well, first, being able to compete in Miss Universe Philippines is an achievement in itself. But being crowned as the first Afro-Filipina and Miss Filipina International, it really allowed me to promote the different beauty types that the Philippines has to offer. Working closely with the Maya's Hope Foundation, which is a nonprofit that aims to help disabled and impoverished children in the Philippines and Ukraine, I've seen that, well, the children actually have taught me that our differences are our strengths. It allows us to learn more, explore more, and experience more. So with that, I just want to be able to, what is really empowering me is that we are able to celebrate our differences.
With your achievement, we're just curious to know how competitive has Matea become since her, the last competition, since Miss Filipina International?
Definitely more competitive. This is Miss Universe Philippines. There's no room to be lax, and I'm ready to rise up to the challenge.
Wow, diba? Ready na tayo. We're ready for Mexico. All right. Well, now, Matea, Filipino pageant fans would always label our representatives to be Latina Slayers, or they're looking for someone who has this Latina Slayer vibe. And when we say Latina Slayer, normally they would characterize it with three beauty queen essentials. She has Q&A prowess, stage presence, and relatability. Which of these three beauty queen essentials do you think you have in your toolbox?
I believe that I have all three already in my toolbox, but my strength would have to be relatability. And I say that because myself, among others, knows what it's like to have their life altered by something that they couldn't control. In my case, I've been an athlete since I was 5 years old. That's when I started running track. And from then on, that was my dream. I was on the trajectory, and really what I wanted to do was become a professional athlete. But in middle school, I started having really intense hip pain, and I had my first surgery at 14 years old. But I still kept training, and I still wanted to run because, again, it was my dream. That wasn't until I was in high school and I was finally diagnosed with a congenital hip disorder called hip dysplasia, and I had 2 more major surgeries after that. And that's kind of when my athletic career had come to an end, and I was devastated because this hip injury was the one thing that I could not control the course of my life with that, and it felt like 13 years of my life was kind of just thrown out the window. And I thought I failed, and I thought my life was going to end, but with that, I really found that my life didn't end. It was just redirected, and for the better, because here I am as a Miss Universe Philippines candidate.
But you're okay now.
Yes, yes.
You're okay.
Yes.
With all of these, Matea, I'm sure you have a very supportive family behind you. What was their reaction when you won Miss Filipina International and they knew that you're going to compete in Miss Universe Philippines?
Oh, the reaction. I remember when my name was called as the winner, I looked out into the audience, my mom was crying. And my dad was running from way in the back because he was recording, trying to get on stage with me. And there's actually a video of once they're allowed to come on stage, I just run to them and give them the biggest hug. And they were just telling me, I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of you. And yes, so I started crying then.
Shout out to our parents. Shout out to
Yes.
Tita and Tito po. I know, I'm sure they're watching right now, and
Yes.
they're so proud of you, representing your Filipino heritage. You competed in Miss Filipina International, and you've been a successful queen. What's your message to your parents?
Oh, goodness.
What do you want to tell them?
Phew, how do I do this without crying? To them, gosh, just knowing that I've made you guys proud is the greatest gift I could ever have in life. You guys always being by my side and just always supporting me is the best thing that any child could ever have. And I'm so grateful every day to have you guys with me. Oh, goodness. Dad, I know you're watching. I love you. To Mom, mahal kita. Oh, goodness.
Tissue.
Oh.
Yeah, tissue. It's okay, Mate.
Oh, goodness. I wasn't expecting to cry like this. Oh, gosh.
No, because I can feel how you bond with your family. You know, you're competing all the way from Florida.
Yes.
You've traveled more than 13 hours to compete in a very intense competition. All of their love, their support in
Yes.
this very intense competition. And we can see how your parents have raised you so well. And we congratulate them, of course, for especially for allowing you to still get in touch with your Filipino heritage.
Yes.
You are an inspiration to many young women, to many Filipinos who also are living abroad and would want to stay in touch with their Filipino roots. So, anything else you'd like to say? Yeah.
Oh, well, I really think it's a blessing, especially my mom instilling that we need to know where we come from and learning about our culture and heritage because it's really shaped me into the woman I am. And so, again, I'm always grateful for my parents.
It's a different kind of boost and motivation when you
Yes,
know
it
that your
is.
parents are, or your family's really behind you,
Yes.
cheering you on. Unfortunately, we have a very limited time.
Oh.
And again, we'd like to thank the Miss Universe Philippines organization for allowing us to do this interview. And at this point, I have one final question for you, Matea. Matea, why do you want to win Miss Universe Philippines?
It's not a want, but a need. I believe it's time to show the different beauty that the Philippines has to offer on the Miss Universe stage. Being an ambassador for the Maya's Hope and the Bless the Children Foundation, I've seen and heard little girls being bullied and picked on just because they are different, whether it's because they are morena or because they have a disability. This is part of the reason why I named my mental health advocacy Mahalaga Ka, meaning you matter, you are important, and you are loved. As the next Miss Universe Philippines, I want to show the little girls that feel they are underrepresented or feel that they don't fit in, what they can be and what they can achieve.
Wow! Mic drop moment. There you go. Miss Universe Philippines, Florida mga ka-crown, diba? But again, we're bringing the floor back to you so you may want to give out some thanks or promote your social media accounts and where else can we get updates about Miss Universe Philippines?
Yes. My social media is Love Always Matea or Matea.mahal on Facebook and Instagram. I would like to promote the Maya's Hope Foundation and Bless the Children Foundation. And really, if you have any time or can visit their website to just maybe give a donation, Maya's Hope is mayashope.org and Bless the Children is BYSMP, blessthechildren.com.